Hello, friends. Late homeless Ryan here. Where's my headphones? Aw, dag nabbit. Guys, I have no idea where my headphones are. Hello, friends. I'm alive. Kinda. I know where they are. Sorry about that, everybody. It was actually technical difficulties for the reason why it took me so long to appear in front of the world. How you all doing, everybody? I am still sick, but fuck it. I'm not doing anything. I figured I'd come say hello.
Well, I hoped we were continuing the adventure of the creation of the sloppy jalopy, but it's not like we advertised an opening day, so it's cool.
That's right. One day the sloppy jalopy will flow free, but today is not the day. What kind of business owner would I be coming out on the sloppy jalopy this sick? It would sink like my head right now. But hello, Bobo. Hello, Taco King. Hello, Elias. Hello, Imperial Officer. Hello, Shinzo. Hello, Marley. Hello, Deep Beeps. Hello, Josh. Hello, Sleepy. Speaking of, Ryan, you sound a little low. It's because I can't raise my voice any higher. I will. Hold on. Let me turn myself up because I'm going to be probably whispering a little more than usual. Of course, now if I sneeze, which I have to. Oh, that was a mistake instantly. Oh, I should not have turned that up. I apologize, everybody. That was a mistake instantly. But other than me, how are you doing, everybody? So there is no plans. I just figured we'd talk, chat, try not to fall apart, and probably end an hour in. Grandpa sneeze. I do have a grandpa sneeze. I have the sneeze that sounds like a gunshot outside where it echoes. My week has consisted of playing Hollow Knights, by the way. I've had no oomph to edit anything. So I kept on like doing like 5 minutes of Knights of Guinevere, and then I just couldn't. My brain just could not finish it. Hopefully I'll get that out next week, though. Hopefully I will have that rocking and rolling. And Gumball. Luckily I have like 4 or 5 Gumball episodes before I need to record again, so I don't think I have to do any sick recording yet. I learned how to play chess this month, so I felt a little equipped mentally. Heck yeah. I suck at that shit. I'm a checkers kind of guy. I'm going to be honest. Chess is simply, I can't wrap my head around that horse. All the other pieces are perfectly fine. Whoever came up with the horse should be fired. They were on drugs coming up with the goddamn horse. No horse. Gentlemen, name one horse that runs diagonal. Please, someone inform me how a horse goes any form other than straight and not even backwards, just straight forward. Name one horse that goes not straight forward. Sure, maybe it turns a little bit, but it's still outrageous. I hate horses. And Knights, I mean. I just ate some store brand pizza rolls. Oh, I haven't had pizza roll in ages. I'm trying to do today's Wordle, but I suck ass. I can't do that shit, Pie Man, so. Oh, I feel you. Ryan, you're late by 5 minutes. You know the rules. We all get to Stinky Man shame. Listen, 5 minutes or not, the Stinky Man shame always comes. You don't even need to make rules. Sleepy's just the queen that sits on her throne and says, "Today we call him Stinky." And all of Sleepy's people go, "Yay! Yay!" Literally, my grandpa sneezes like it. That's because he's a real, true man right there, I'll tell you what. Can we do show and tell? I have no idea. There is no definitive plans right now. I don't know how long I will last. Also, I apologize for the sniffles. I'm really trying not to. Remember playing a game inspired by the previous Gumball episodes that was on Cartoon Network's website? It was called Class Spirits. I played it all the time as a kid. It's such a shame that places like that don't exist anymore.
Can we do show and tell? I know I sound
I beat
annoying
you to
for
it.
asking, but please and thank you if you could. Also, we ranting about horses?
Not horses. How people see horses in chess. Also, I will try, Imperial Officer, but I'm really not guaranteeing it today. I will be shocked if I make it the 3 hours, but goddamn it, I'm gonna try. I've been looking into a Doom RPG. It was official Doom Java game in 2005. Huh. Someone didn't post a going live, so I'm 8 minutes late. Oh, I forgot? Whoops, my bad. Sorry, Foxrel. One update, and I get all fuckered. But hello, Foxrel. I'm glad you're here, buddy. Horses can, in fact, run diagonally. Now, fair, all right? Maybe you can turn the horse a bit. But you're telling me that horses don't normally run straight? They always run in a... They always skip a space and then go one forward? What horse levitates before it takes any steps? Every horse jumps? I feel like it's fair for me to say that the horses, pattern makes no goddamn sense. But then again, why does a bishop only walk diagonally as well? The horse should be like a queen, but can't go backwards. I didn't call you stinky today, mister? Wait, you didn't? Hold on, I can go back. Oh, she didn't! She said, "Hello, sickly man." She's not lying. Can't be deemed. The queen is not deemed it today. I saw the S, and I just assumed you called me stinky. Today's Wordle was fucked. Apparently, Pie Man, you're not the only one. Apparently, Wordle's on some sort of Wordle shit. Hey, actually, I have a question for you guys that I find fascinating. What do you think? What animal are you surprised that we haven't domesticated in an older age? Because, like, you know how a dog is the wolf, right? And we domesticated the wolf because the wolf would, humans have just kind of made a pact with wolves. Then we ended up being with dogs. Like, there was a connection between dogs and humans, and they helped each other out like dogs protect the humans. So I'm talking like way, way, way back, right? Things that have evolved into what we have today. What animal are you surprised is not like one of our animals, like a dog? Because I thought about it. Bears. I am shocked black bears were not used as human companions. Like, if we're fucking around with wolves, we're like, yeah, wolves are going to be our friends. And not black bears, who, by the way, if you've seen a black bear, you feed them, they'll sit there like, all right, I guess I'm your friend right now. I was watching a video of a bear sitting at a picnic bench eating peanut butter with some humans. And I just went, why? How did the bear not become domesticated?
Fun fact, I checked my
It might be the
stocks
pack
today,
thing.
found out most of them are based in America, so don't go and ruin your economy, Ryan. My pension is kinda dependent on it, at least like 75% of specific part of your economy.
I cannot promise anything, Bobo. This is America. We really like tanking stuff. Hey, floating away. Horses aren't real. That's true. They might not be real. Oh, John's been levitating this whole time. He's just been fucking with me. So, anyways, what do you sharks? I think we're not in the water enough for sharks. Like, if we were a civilization that built more on water, maybe, because I don't think sharks are as dangerous as people let on. Elephants, they kind of already did. I would say elephants are kind of already domesticated, because there are countries that used elephants before. Well, a horse is supposed to be a knight on horseback. Yeah, okay. So the L is the knight moving forward, then attacking on the side like cavalry. That makes no damn sense. That makes no goddamn sense. I'm going to find the guy who created chess, and I'm gonna fucking have a strong word. That's what I'm gonna get. Time travel for. Also, hi Derby.
So the first Descendant has a collab with Bayonetta.
Mm-hmm.
Also squirrels? I don't think we made squirrels into pets. Unless Petco or another pet store has squirrels.
Well, you know what the thing is, though? Here's the thing. With domestication, it has always been a mutual thing, right? With wolves, dogs and humans protect each other, right? You get food for the dog protects you. That's what most domestication has. With squirrels, there really wasn't any reason for it. Like, we domesticated birds so that we could fly, like, notes to people. Animal, like horses, camels were for riding to get places further. Like, there really wasn't any reason for past humans to befriend small rodents. But I could be wrong. Pigs, well, pigs are domesticated. I mean, we've owned them for a while. Jellyfish, I would domesticate some jellyfish. I don't think it has a brain to be domesticated, but I just insulted the entire jellyfish community. I'd like to apologize. But seriously, have you ever seen a bear just chill? And maybe Russians have already done this, by the way. Russians and their connection with bears is very interesting combination. Like, the lack of fear between bears and Russians is weird, very strange. Because it's not even black bears. It's brown bears, the ones that will fuck you up. So anyways, yeah, just like looking at how bears will make pacts with people if food get involved, I'm shocked there wasn't like an era of people who rode bears. Because like if we used dogs for protection, wouldn't you want to make a bear protection? Like we made cats, and cats aren't like a packed animal, right? Cats, which was to kill rats and a lot of stuff, usually. We made pacts with cats for the same exact reason of just chilling. You get food, you're happy. Like, that's essentially what a black bear will do. So, anyways, that's my I'm surprised we don't have pet bears as a human race at any time in history. Yeah, probably because bears are not as social and trainable. They aren't used, they're not used to sharing their food. That might be right. You might be right there. Then how did we get cats then? Because cats are so similar. Cats are not, well, now that's not true. Cats do love giving you food. As fucked up as cats are with playing with their food, they do usually give you the food. Like, it is that weird middle area where cats will, like, fuck up a mouse, and then it'll just drop it in front of you, which is interesting, because it's very rare that you see an animal be like, here, I'm feeding you, human. At least that's what they're thinking. Or, here, you can play with it now. as horrible as it usually is, because it's usually bleeding and screaming, in the cat's head, it's doing a real nice thing. So you might be right. Maybe it is just that bears aren't good with sharing. But they are with chilling, especially black bears. That's what I'm saying. If we're talking brown bears and polar bears, like, yeah, there's rough bears. But if you've been around black bears, they're glorified raccoons. They'll chill with humans pretty easily. Have you seen the video of that person that has an adult grizzly bear? Yeah, there's a bunch of people who have pet grizzly bears. But I'm more talking about, like, people, like, I'm talking about ancestor stuff. Like how wolves became dogs and we've connected with that creature for, like bonded. I also found out, did you know tarantulas and frogs be chilling? Did you hear about this spider? It might not have been a tarantula. There's a big fuck spider, right? And you know what this fuck spider does? It kidnaps. It kidnaps a frog and says, "You're a dad now." And the frog goes, "Okay." Yes, this is real. The frog, like, it takes the frog into the hole and then, like, protects the frog, and the frog eats any bugs that are going after, like, the spider babies. And then the frog just chills. And there's, like, you'll see, like, the spider walk around, and the frog will be sitting on the back of the spider, and they'll be just chilling. And then the spider just lets it go at the end. It doesn't kill him. That's the best part. The spider actually is just like, "Thank you, sir." And the frog's just like, "Howdy doody, my lady." I think it is a tarantula. Yeah, I find that so fascinating.
Fun fact. There was a bear in World War II working for the Polish artillery.
Let's go!
He transported them artillery shells to drop on the Nazis. This is real.
God bless America. That's the kind of stuff that makes me love humanity. That's the best shit you ever heard in your life. But yeah, I should mention, by the way, you can technically domesticate any creature, right? You just have it as a baby and it falls in love with a human. It takes you as a mother, right? You can do this with literally any animal. But I'm not talking about that. The connection with, like, past human interactions with animals, that they connect a bond that, like, goes through, like, evolution, is different than what is different than that, I would say. Hippos tend to drown their owners. Yeah, hippos are fucked, by the way. Hippos don't give a fuck. Domesticating cats is just as simple as, if we keep small cat around, then cat will kill vermin and bugs. Yeah, that was essentially it too. They realize that cats will stick around if there's continuous small animals. So really the connection between cats and humans was, I won't kill you if you keep killing all the monsters. And then the cat was just like, cool. We didn't domesticate cats. They did it themselves. That does sound very cat-like, by the way. Cats, fuck you, I'm gonna do what I want. They are literally the embodiment of fuck you. They realized that human farming their food would attract birds and mice, so they stayed close to us, and we had free pest controls, so it's a win-win. For sure, it's funny with animals. But that's what I mean by why I find cats giving humans food so fascinating. Like, cats giving birds or,
how does one even
like,
stop?
rats?
You ask Shinzo? Well, it's easy. You have a best friend whose mom works in economy, then she contacts you in church and tells you what to invest in, and then every year you throw in more money to your stocks and watch the money grow. It's literally...
Damn, Bobo's got some fucking inside lady. Also, see, Shinzo, that's the other important part. Bobo's got an inside lady. That's the important part. It's about who you know. That's the little bit of information you might have missed. As long as the stocks don't tank, Bobo is correct. but Socks can still tank. You gotta know when to pull out when things are starting to go bad, so you kind of have to keep an eye on it. Oh yeah, and sometimes the frog stays. I know, isn't it kind of neat?
I mean, in the Korean War, American Marines trained a horse named her Sergeant Reckless to carry ammo, also got her addicted to beer, bacon and eggs. She helped carry the wounded as well. Also, unrelated note, sent you a meme on Discord.
Alright, I'll check it out in a sec. Horses are great creatures too. Coyotes? Well, coyotes are kind of just dogs. Hey, granola bars. So a few days ago, I forgot that I left a bottle of water out on my dresser, and when I went to get it, there was just a ball of mold chilling on the bottom. Oh! How old was that thing? I've never had water turn into mold. Making an aquarium over there. Hyenas aren't dogs? I can see that. Anyways, that's my rant. I just want to know that if there was ever an animal I would try to domesticate if it meant I would risk my life, it's bears. I know I look like the Tiger King. I don't think I'd do tigers. Though, have you ever seen that video where the woman keeps booping tigers and she has a bunch of tigers? I could see that. I've said this before. If I ever became suicidal, if I got that bad, you'll know I am that if I take care of animals. Like, if Hobo Ryan has a bear, just know, he's on that. He's jumped ahead. Because I figured either A, I die, and then huzzah. Or 2, I don't, and then I get to take care of a giant animal, and it revives my ability not to want to die. But then, probably then I would die. But who cares? I don't care. If I ever get a lion, should probably be concerned. But just know I'm having a time of my life. I would go with bears, though. I am a cat man, but I feel like I go with a bear.
Well, my stocks is also my pension, so the stocks are what you would call risky stocks. As in, if you want to make quick money, my stocks are the worst as they flip-flop up and down.
Yep.
They always end up higher at the end. How? No clue, but it works.
Yep. We should do a tier list stream. It's been a while. I could do a good tier list stream. If you have an interesting topic, man, we could look some up. Say maybe we could do a tier list right now. Oh, excuse me. Really? Hyenas are more related to cats than to dogs? Huh. I want to domesticate a cheetah. Dude, wait, is it a cheetah or a leopard? There's one type of cat that's like so skittish that people use dogs to like get them out of their shell. Like because they won't actually like go and find mates because it gets so fucking scared. Is that a cheetah or a leopard? Do you guys know? I know it's one of them. Yeah, it's a cheetah. Okay, so it is a cheetah. Yeah, because I've always heard that, like, out of all the giant cats that people could domesticate, cheetahs were the ones because they're so, like, connected to things. And they're not like lions where, like, you look at them and it's just like, it's time to go. It's time to get fucked up. Well, that's, like, one of the worst ways to die. That's why I said you should worry about me. I told you, I'm going to take care of bears. It'd rule.
I mean, if the American Marines got a horse addicted to beer, I think Ryan could get a bear addicted to picnic baskets.
And
think
honey.
About Ryan and Yogi Bear stealing them dang picnic baskets.
I have, Pooh Bear's been gone this whole time. I've never brought Pooh Bear back. I don't even know where he went. Oh, hey, Pie Man, I also watched this video about Batman. I wanted to talk to you about where Batman has a tendency to have Robin get killed. It seems like the common theme is he kills off every single Robin. But the part that makes me find it very fascinating is that somehow every Robin that dies somehow comes back to life, like Jesus Christ. There's one with Damien, which is like a child, and he gets fucking slaughtered, right? He gets killed, this one, right? And this is the, I think, 4th Robin at the time. You have Nightwing, and then you have Red Mask, which is the first one that died in the Killing Joke to the Joker, except he came back to life because one day he just woke up in his grave and he was alive again. And then he got this Damien, this little child, and then he died, right? And by the way, it also has one of the funniest things where he goes, like, he's grieving and he goes up to a cow and he just goes, "Bat cow." I can't take Batman being sad anyways. I can't do it. So there's an entire comic series about him going through grief, and motherfucker goes to Frankenstein. And he's just like, "Yo, Frankenstein, how can I bring this kid back to life?" I'm not kidding you. Frankenstein's actually there. This is a real comic. And Frankenstein's like, "Yo, dog, it ain't good. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't bring a child back from the dead. It's gonna suck." Then he goes up to Red Mask and he's like, "Yo, dog, how'd you come back to life? I want to bring my kid back." He's like, "God, you just ate me."
Speaking of getting animals addicted, Wojtek was giving cigarettes and vodka as well. I don't know why this seems to be a trend, but it is.
That's just boomer. That's because they thought it was cool and funny. That's why they did it back then. So, anyways, like, I thought about it for a while, and I'm just like, yeah, Batman would try to bring the guy back to life. He's literally seen human beings revive from the grave. Why would he go through acceptance if he knew full well that one of the Robins that did die on his watch did come back from the grave, and there's no they fucking just came back to life? Anyway, so Batman gets over it and he goes through, and then there's this one moment where he like replays the history over and over again. And there's actually a moment where you see Alfred at the end do it, and you see how Alfred was struggling just as much with his death. And it's actually a tear-jerking moment where I'm like, wow, that really is super sad. Like, it was such a good written moment. And then they fucking brought the kid back to life anyways. What? What? You one-pieced it? You fairy-tailed it? God dang it, Batman. Why do you even kill Robins if you bring them back like it's an episode of Dragon Ball Z where Batman finds the goddamn Dragon Balls and brings back Krillin Robin? That's it. From now on, if you want to know who Robin is the Krillin of the Batman universe. There's a context. There's context about Bat Cow. It doesn't make it less stupid, Pie Man. You can't draw. I realize there's context, but Bat Cow is outraged. That the idea that they thought that was not going to be taken as funny is wild.
It's only a one-piece moment if it's not a flashback.
That's true. Or not family related. Absolutely, Batman is absurdly messed up. It's hilarious. Yeah, it's just very funny how they literally did this entire arc about Batman going through grief and it has a great ending. It's actually good. Like, there's ridiculousness and there's plot holes because why would Batman think he can't bring him back to life when people are literally reviving left and right? Fucking Superman comes back a bunch of times. Everybody comes back in the DC universe. Of course Batman would think he could bring the child back to life. He has literal evidence that it exists and has happened. And it does! But if you take all the plot holes aside, it was really good. And then the fact that they brought him back to life anyways just made me go, oh my God, that's really bad. Hey, I only have a half an hour, but I came to say hi. Hey, Jimber. Sorry I didn't see you. I've been going on a rant. Damien dying was an important plot point, but I believe the writers was forced to bring him back due to the editorial. It's lame as shit. And the other thing is, because you've already done a story of Robin dying, it does, like, Damien dying doesn't mean jack shit. Like, the fact that there's already a Robin that died, and then Damien died again, and you already know the last Robin who died came back to life because magic. It's just bad writing, really. It kind of feels that way, at least. Damien coming back to life was a pretty controversial storyline. I mean, it makes sense because it's silly. Like, you downplay everything you've just told people. Because, like, the whole thing is supposed to be so people can read it and understand how to deal with death.
I mean, Batman literally worked under Ra's al Ghul. Mr. owns the laser ID pit himself.
Oh, that's right. Oh, man. So now you guys know that Family Guy and Batman have something in common. They brought him back to life. To be fair, Damien is the grandson of the guy who comes back from the dead for a job. That's also... Oh, I forgot to mention that part, guys. Yes, Damien is related to Ra's al Ghul, the guy you just brought up, Bobo. I forgot to tell you that part.
Yeah, also Doctor Who is the One Piece for British people. Also, I'm excited for season 2 of Netflix One Piece.
Me too. I hope it's good. I mean, I don't know if you mean Doctor Who in episode-wise or if people come back from the grave, but either way. I agree with the episode because I know that thing has been going on forever. What is the most consistent character trait of all the Robins? Is Nightwing's ass as fine as hell. That's just because he's got a skin-tight suit on floating away. They got you with the old skin-tight. Who am I to say? You know, they got me with Zero Suit Samus. So, can I really say anything without coming off as a hypocrite? No. No. If there's one thing superhero comics has taught a generation of people, is a woman in a skin-tight suit is hotter than a naked woman. Thanks, Catwoman, Black Cat. Fuck, I know there's so many more. Or insert all super. A Black Widow. There's a lot more. I know there's a lot more, but I'm drawing a blank. If Damien died permanently, then I feel like it would have been fine to have killed a second Robin. See, here's the thing though. Technically, they never they killed a first Robin, but seeing he's alive and he's alive in that universe, technically they haven't killed any Robins. There's not one Robin that actually died. Like, they did die, but if you come back to life, it's not really a death, is it? It's kind of just like a thing. Like, I wouldn't say Krillin was dead, even though he's died 100 times.
I mean, I know Doctor Who has a way to revive himself. It's how they explain the different versions of the Doctor.
Ah, yes, okay. Nah, skin tight isn't enough. You still need cake to fill it. Now that's a true statement. A lot of people love a good, well-packaged cake. You want to know something funny about Batman characters dying thing? 6 years ago, Batman killed Alfred in the main community, and he's still dead somehow. Really? That's surprising. He'll come back. We all know he's going to come back. They can't help themselves. You know it. We all feel. See, this is the problem with bringing characters back from the grave, though. I've seen this with shows so many times. If you do it more than once, you can do it once. You can have some miracle moment once. And even then, it's kind of risky. But the second you do it twice, death means nothing in the series. As soon as you establish that there is no consequences in death, you're going to lose an important part of every TV show. Dragon Ball Z is a perfect example. Like, when someone dies in Dragon Ball Z, you feel nothing. There is not one death after the first... Like, when Krillin dies the first time, it actually is quite shocking. But then the third time? No. You feel... Not. Once you establish that Dragon Balls can bring people back to life, or anything can bring people back to life, you do not ever feel the consequences of death in a television show or a form of media. And even if they stick to their word, you're going to be so stuck in your head that you'll never get it.
Hey, now I will have you know Krillin only died 3 times in all of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z campaigned, once to Tambourine, then to Frieza and finally to Boo.
Classic Frieza where he got stuck on the horn and he was bouncing around. I haven't forgotten that chestnut. oh, excuse me. I've got a lot of memes I gotta look at too. I was fine with Damien saying dead, but Alfred? Yeah, it is weird with no Alfred with Batman. Well, if there's anything I've learned by watching comic books or videos on comic books, like, there's certain characters that, like, they can't help themselves. Mary Jane, Aunt May. They can't not kill them. It's like they start shaking and they gotta kill them off. I feel like all of them have that problem. They all kind of get into this dark area where they just have to kill off everybody. Because that's the only writing trick they have. Now, hold on now, Pie Man. You're right. But you're also wrong. That was a trick. This made it even fucking worse, Pie Man. Because I remember that. Remember? Piccolo died. Dragon Balls were gone. Dragon Balls are gone. Nope, can't do Dragon Balls. You're like, oh shit, now it's serious. Oh wait, no, there's other Dragon Balls on another planet. And you're like, God, what? What do you mean? No, you lost. You can't trust the series at all when they start doing that shit. And the fact that people can just go to the afterworld, you can't trust Dragon Ball Z ever. Dragon Ball Z is the quintessential worst show of all time when it comes to death. No death has ever met anything in Dragon Ball Z. It is by far, I think, one of the biggest flaws with Dragon Ball Z. Well, Piccolo's dad, King Piccolo, is still dead, and all the Red Ribbon Army villains are still dead. Yes, but they're also not important. And wait! There was a series where all the villains came back from the grave. I think they did come back.
Krillin survived the Saiyan arc and the Cell arc, so he died, survived, died, survived and died, in that order. Not bad considering his reputation.
I know, right? So anyways. I think Dragon Ball Z is one of the worst animes I've ever seen. Oh man, that's going a little too far. I think you just haven't watched many bad animes, brother. I've seen much, much, much worse. Hunter x Hunter bothered me more than Dragon Ball Z. With Dragon Ball Z, if you go into it just like watching fight scenes, like purely from a shonen standpoint, you're gonna enjoy Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z, if you want a show with good story, there is arcs. The Cell arc, I think, is still the best one. I think there is good stories in Dragon Ball, but that's like the last one. You mostly go for Dragon Ball Z just to see fight scenes and cool fight scenes. If you enjoy that thing, you're going to love Dragon Ball Z. But if you're not, Dragon Ball Z is not going to be your thing. It's like kind of like romantic stories that are solely based around just like two characters getting together. It's like romance is the number one thing that people come for. With Dragon Ball Z, that thing is just fight scenes. Raditz is still dead? I'm pretty sure he came back for one bit. There was one where everybody came back from the grave and they got killed like instantly. I think that was a movie. I think so too. Wait, hold on. Now, Pie Man, you've completely turned the. You've now said it's one of the best animes? Listen. I can't say shit. I've got 2 animes in that category too. Prison School. Fuck, what was the other one that was in there? I know Prison School because it kept on making me laugh, but it is a dreadful watch. The kid killing one. Fuck.
Yeah, but in the Doctor Who lore, the Doctor can only have 12 lives. Yet somehow he managed to BS it so he had 15 lives. They retconned him being half human from his mother's side. They made the lore so confusing that you would need 20 notebooks.
Yep. That's what series as old as them usually do, because it's them trying to fix their problem. No, not Assassination Classroom.
There is a DB's movie where hell opens up and all the villains shows up, even Hitler shows up.
That's right!
Hitler, not Frieza, I mean he is
Silly
also
Hitler.
there. But just straight up Hitler shows up in a tank and is shooting at Kid Trunks and Godane.
He's right. I saw that. Oh god, Calvin's straight up saying the worst anime for me will be Prison School. Like, oh my god, that was a nightmare. I felt uncomfortable watching it. See? But I'm gonna be honest, Calvin's. And then the principal starts talking about Brazilian butts, and all of a sudden Hobo Ryan's back in. I totally agree. It was dreadful watching. It's brutal. But also, I laughed very hard at moments. There are moments in that anime that made me laugh very hard. I would never recommend that anime. Do not watch it. Don't watch it. It's not good. Promised Neverland. That was the other one. That's my most hated, loved anime. Prison School is worse, but I started watching Hunter x Hunter, and so far I've been having a decent time. Yep, I agree. You're gonna feel that way too. Now, I am more curious, but no, I'm not. I don't. Boy, I want you to go in fully blind. I'm not going to say anything. I just want you to watch the whole thing and see if you have the same problems I do. I also felt that way about Hunter x Hunter, hence why I watched the whole thing. I thought it was pretty decent and was having a fun time. I thought it was funny, but I was also like 14 when I watched it. Who knows what I would think now? Also a fair point. You know, it's true. I was pretty young when I watched it too, so maybe as an adult. No, who am I kidding? Them Brazilian butts. I think I might just love that joke, and there's nothing actually good out of there. I just found the one chestnut in the shitstorm.
I think it's the Janimba movie. The big yellow hell creature from that DB's movie.
I know what you're talking about. The big fatso. I absolutely love the first season of Problem in Neverland. I heard bad things about the second one. Agreed, Ender. I'm in the same category. Also, hi, bud.
Rosario plus vampire anime was trash. I mean, I saw the anime first and then the manga, and the anime was just harem fan service. The anime, there is some fan service in the manga, but come on.
There's another one. What's the most famous one like that? There's one that's like almost porn that everyone knew about that, but the manga was completely different. Oh, High School DxD? I think it's High School DxD that my friend told me the manga is like way less sexual and the story's actually good. And what, like, the anime is just straight up porn. Also, I agree. I read all of see those white books up in there? That's all Rosario plus vampire. Yeah, no, it's bad. Like, there's a zombie part in the beginning that's just a zombie fight, and in the anime, he's just like licking her. And I was like, that's not in the book. It's just like high quality of her going, I'm so sticky. I'm like, oh, fuck, I hate this.
I think I like slice of life animes most. Girls and Panzer, Komi Can't Communicate, Spy X Family,
good one,
and Pokemon. I couldn't get into High School DD.
Yeah, well, that's because it's porn. I agree with Spy X Family, by the way. I love Spy X Family. I still haven't read the first book of Komi, though. That's just because I haven't gotten to it yet. No, I don't think Pokemon would be considered slice of life, but still up there. Hold on, let's see here real quick. Imperial Officer, there is the problem of you did send me a meme, but I don't think I can send you the meme because there's porn everywhere. You forgot about the whole porn incident. He was trying to one up Midnight, if you're wondering what that was, what I'm talking about. Anyways. Anime tier list would be fun. I realize that I'm not like, I don't think I know enough animes to truly do a tier list off it, though. In all honesty. You guys want to do the hottest cartoon characters? Would you like the hottest anime cartoon, hottest cartoon characters? We could do that as a tier list. Anime red flags. What's red flags? Demon Slayer characters. Even though I'm wearing a Demon Slayer shirt, I don't know most of them. Is there any other? Can you guys think of any cool topics to do a like, I feel like if we did anime tier list, right? I don't know any of these animes in this list. Oh, GTO except. I do know GTO.
By the way, Ryan, have you heard that Soul Eater apparently is gonna get the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood treatment?
Oh, that's cool.
Follow the manga. I for once hope it is real and am very hyped. It should come out in 2027 or so, I heard.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest, when it comes to like my likes, it goes like probably video games #1, professional wrestling, and then anime. Anime really has fallen to the wayside. I don't watch anime as much as I used to. You've watched way more than me? That's because I'm just older than you. the best anime will forever be Initial D. It's such a good masterpiece. That's you also liked it because it was a good racing anime, right? I feel like it hit two fine spots. You saw my memes, Hobo? It'd be skonged forever? I have not. Hold on. We should probably do NBA teams. Was that a brain rot tier list? I don't want to do a brain rot tier list. I'd rather just die. Mario character smash or pass. Where's mangas compared to how much you interact with anime? I would say I read like a chapter a day, but I don't really do that much. And usually it's because I'm sitting on the toilet. Ow! Alright, guys. Listen, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Let's look at this right now. Let's do hottest cartoon character. It's always the go-to here. We've got the hottest now. We should zoom in so we can get rid of all these trash bag ads out of here. All right. So. Oh, God, there's a big gap there, huh? All right. So, let's try to do this quick. First off, I'm going to be honest. Is she overrated? Oh, it's right here. Oh, interesting. I didn't even fucking notice. Oops. Sorry, it's not. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Go back. That's not. I'm. Well, sorry, miss. I did not mean to hit that. Well, she's just going to be considered overrated because Hobo Ryan hit the wrong button. I guess we got to do full screen then. Because they've completely changed this whole thing. I guess I could just redo it, huh? Nope, I am forever locked in. I can never, ever take her out of B. Do not tell anyone who's a fan of this redhead. I was going to put her in A. I think she's overrated, but I think, hey, listen, redheads are hard to beat. Okay, guys? I mean, usually she's pretty hot, but if we're talking about this animation, not really. I'm gonna be honest, this one's a bit of a C to me, but that's just the oh. I always had a crush on her. I thought she was hot.
What? How is that a thing? They need to update their website.
I know, right? Hold on. I gotta get chat back over here. Didn't realize how far down you guys were. There we go. Oh, do I do A or S? We're going A. We gotta save S for true moments. You also try to kill me. I'm gonna go with B. B. That was the problem. I've seen women wear her outfit, and I thought it was hot. But also her, I like a good bag. I'm gonna go B though. She's a scary monster. C. Is that Ariel? Ariel's 16, isn't she? That might be. It also, this looks like Grandma. I'm gonna go D just in case. Who are you? C. Who are you? B. I don't know who you are either. Name, please. Name, please. Name. I mean, you are hot, but it's not really attractive. Oh my God, I don't think anyone other than me knows Jasmine. That was Jasmine? That's not Jasmine. That's someone else. That's Jasmine's sister, Jazz. Jazz. Actually, I think this character I'm looking at right now, his name is Jazz. I think I might be the only person who knows who this woman is. But let's see. Hunchback of Notre Dame girl was S tier. Who's that? Batwoman? A. Spooky, B. I don't know who you are, but you're hot, B. Oh, A or S. She's very hot. Oh, she's very hot. A. We're going A.
It is Jasmine, from the first movie, at the end of the movie when she is taken prisoner.
That doesn't look like her at all. That's baloney. There's no way. Is Drawn Together that unknown? Sleepy. It's gone. Many people. That disappeared with a generation, my friend. A or S? I'll be honest, she's kind of like, if we're going to compare her to her, I'm going to have to go B. That's right, I said it. I'm sorry I had to put her in B. Like, B is now the hot girls, but nothing special. This is hot girl special, and then there's the super special. I mean, I wouldn't say no. Yeah, you feel like a D. Yeah, you're D. Oh! 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 Yes. Yeah, let's call it spade a spade. I'm a simple man. The Incredible Mom is the hottest mom that has ever been created in Pixar history. Period. No getting around it. Her fat, literally rubbery ass is truly S tier material. Poison Ivy, if you didn't kill me, ooh. We got a problem here, boys, because like, I want to say A, right? But also, she fucking gonna kill me. There's no getting around the fact she's gonna kill. I think I gotta put it in B because she would kill me. I don't want to die, but she's also really hot. I'm gonna have to say the killing me is going to give her negative points. She's going in B. Black Cat. Bobo might get mad if I don't put her in S, but A. B. She-Hulk. Smart, independent, strong woman. S. Who the fuck is this hottie? Well, she's so hot she gets to go in A, I guess. Starfire? S.
Attention to the total
Oh shit, she's underrated, isn't she?
Under the submit votes section, you can see if most audiences disagree with you or not.
Oh, I've noticed a lot of them have. Oh yeah, this is like a little elf. It's super small. D. Rogue. Ooh, Rogue is very. I have noticed a lot of them have been pretty slight. I've been trying not to look at it so it doesn't affect my vote. I've never been really a Rogue person. I'm going B. I hate Total Drama Island. D. 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 C? I fucking feel like I know her. Is that Archer? B. Damn, she kind of hot though. A. A. D. D. That really got me worried. That was just a half-naked woman. Just because you almost gave me a heart attack. D. You have a square head. D. B. C? Oh, is that my girl Urza? Chat, this is Urza here. Urza from Fairy Tale. I think we have to safely say this is an S tier. Urza does rule. She kind of hot. No, D. A. A. Yeah, sure. Total Drama. D. How long is this one? Oh my god! Okay, we're gonna have to do this quick. Speed round. She's got tits out. B. Alien woman. D. C. D. C. D. D. B. B. D. D. B. Too tiny. C. B. A. C. C. B. B. C. C. B. C. C. B. C. 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 Raven is my girl. I do love Raven a lot. Hey! You like how Raven is so much bigger than everyone else? Damn, Raven, what the hell is going on here? All right, this is going to take too long. I think we'll just skip over. Is there any other, like, S tiers, I would say? I don't think so. I don't think I see anyone that I would have said is S tier. Always like Rogue. She's very hot. Princess Peach is an A, I suppose. All right, well, I'm already done with this. Good job, team. We did it. I feel like I went too fast.
Raven heard she is your girl and pushed the other S tiers aside to reign supreme in your list.
Raven knows rule. Also, Bobo, I'm sorry that I had to do your girl like that into the A department. She's just also as special as the S tiers. Such predictable taste. Well, for the most part, everybody is kind of. I didn't know who half the women are, so I feel like if I knew personalities, it would be different. But yeah, I mean, Pie Man. To be fair, like if we saw a bunch of lists and there's a bunch of femboys, I feel like we'd all kind of say your tastes are predictable too. Hey guys, here's one that we can all talk about now. We're talking about red flags. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get red flags. This one's actually interesting. Let's see what we consider a red flag here. And let's go. Different political alignment. Now, that's a hard one. That's a real hard one. Now, if we're talking about relationship red flags, like it is certainly going to be an uphill battle. You gotta call a spade a spade. You're going to have an uphill battle, but I feel like if you are able to have a relationship with different political opinions, but able to talk about it healthily in between the two, I feel like that is a good sign that the relationship will last much longer. You know what I mean? If you are able to talk about it, I would say it's almost a strength because that means you're able to discuss and figure out and understand each other. But in this day and age, that's a rare one. I'm going to say B. I'm going to go B. I think it is a hard one because especially in today's age, folks, I know a lot of you aren't necessarily Americans, but for the most part, if you have differing political opinions when it comes to that, it is instant breakup for most women. Invested in politics. Now that's interesting. I would say invested in politics for me is more annoying because then it becomes like when politics become your identity, it becomes annoying very easily. I would say it's higher than differing political opinions. Invested, I mean, it could. Nah, I'd rather people have differing opinions than invested because invested means that's everything. And hearing everything can be really annoying. It's not a complete breaker, but it's an A for me. Like, if you know somebody who, like, their entire identity is talking about the right or the left, it gets nauseating very quick. All the people I would date would dump me if my politics were different to theirs. Oh my God, Pie Man's a strong Republican. I'm just kidding. I know what you mean though. It is more of a left wing thing to not want to date someone from differing opinions. But like I said, I really do believe if you're able to have a civil conversation with somebody with differing political opinions, that's a good sign. As somebody who has friends on literally both sides of the spectrum, being able to have healthy conversations that aren't just screaming is extremely important and good for human beings, especially in this day and age where people think that conversations is like the internet where it's just screaming and it's not good. Practicing a religion you're not involved with. Ooh. That's a hard one. Could I date a girl who is in Islam? I don't think I could. Oh. That'd be much harder. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with an A on that one. Lives with parents. For me, it's more of a red flag if you aren't invested. What do you mean you don't care? It depends, Sleepy. Some people can be uber invested. Like you can be into it. Like you should have an opinion and be able to know what you want to vote for. But like then there's like super invested where literally it's everything they talk about.
How big of a red flag is Ryan? The question.
How big? This is literally me right now, living with parents. By the way, I'm glad it's Big D, especially in this one, because a lot of people see it as like the economy sucks fucking ass. And like people are just doing what they have to be able to survive, and most people can't afford houses right now. So yeah, that's an easy D. Choose loudly. That doesn't really bother me at all. Religion is absolutely not a red flag to me, but again, it's about the excess and level of extremism. That is true. I think I put it just because of the difference one. For your sake, I'm going to say D. Thanks, Pie Man. Come on, Ryan. How much of a red flag is to live with your parents? I really don't believe much, especially in America right now. Most people do because, like I said, houses and economy are bad. Mildly annoying, but not a red flag. Agree. It really doesn't bother me at all. Personally, it's a D. It doesn't bother me one bit. I mean, I guess you could really get up, but like, then I'm just wondering how you got that far. Orders the fast food option at. Wait, orders the fast food options at specialty restaurants? Is there really anybody who's just like, we're going to a specialty restaurant, he gets a cheeseburger? Why the fuck would you break up with somebody because of that? What is that? Who are the people who are the 129 people who said yes? What kind of psychopaths are you? I would say a red flag is somebody who puts this as an S. Why do you fucking care what they eat? That's fucking weird, dude. Picky eaters. Ooh. I do not think this is a red flag at all. But I love food a lot. And not being able to go out to it a bunch, I think it's a...
Also, the examples are kind of vague. Like some of these depends on how hard in the example they are going.
Absolutely, I fully agree with you. I think this is a C for me. I think this might be the C. I don't think it would actually affect anything, but it would be a bummer that we couldn't like go out for sushi or like go to specialty restaurants that I would like to go or have food. But I do not think I would break the relationship or even come close. I just feel like it would be. Inconsistent communication. they kind of just poofing. That could be really annoying. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's just my first S tier. I don't think I'd actually put it in S. It means, Bobo, that like you talk to them and then all of a sudden for a week they just disappear and they don't communicate with you. Like they just poof. And then they come back. No, this isn't an S. I don't think it, but it is annoying. I've had relationships where all of a sudden they just stop talking to you, just disappear for a month. I'm gonna have to go with A because I feel like there's a certain level that I feel like is kind of a red flag for me. Dismissive of your feelings or options. 100% S. This is narcissist 101, folks. If someone is dismissive of your feelings, get out now. This is not just red flag. This is, who the fuck are these people? Actually, they're masochists, Ryan. They're people who are into, it's their kink. It's S tier. Dude, watch out for this, folks. That's an absolute watch out. Controlling. Yeah, that's an S tier. I feel like it would, like, I feel like the only reason I'm questioning is like, I feel like I would probably stay in it for a little while. I wouldn't break the relationship, but I feel like it is something that absolutely would, controlling, honestly, like a B for me. Really, Pie Man? Pie Man's a sub. All right, can't have an option on that since I'm Arrow Ace and would always be rather left alone. Ah, so if some people disappeared, you would just recharge your batteries. It wouldn't bother you. That's a good point. But I feel like there's a certain part where I would feel like maybe this ain't working out. I feel like, in my opinion, with the inconsistent communication, I would get in my head and be like, this person doesn't fucking like me. And they're just like, yeah, that's what I think. Anyways, controlling is, I'm going to go ass. I kind of speculate A because I would probably not break the relationship right away, but I don't think it would ever work. Lack of accountability. Yeah.
If it's really controlling, then I know I would one day snap.
Yeah, for sure.
I need my own tempo and system.
Also, a good relationship is being able to balance. Controlling people have literally the hardest time actually getting a relationship because the relationship usually always ends in divorce if you have. Also, if you fuse it with lack of accountability, 100% S for me. Like, if you are not able to, like, call, like, say you were in the wrong, that is S. Easy S. Here's the thing. If someone was controlling but had accountability, I could stay with that controlling person. I'm serious. If you had, like, the mix of it, I think controlling would go to a or a B for me. But for the most part, controlling people do not have lack of accountability for the most part. At least from what I've understand. Fuck you, bottom. Hey, Deadly. Have you heard of Slasher Keep? It's only dungeon crawler that starts at a sex dungeon. I've not. You know what? I would say B tier red flag if someone trapped me in a sex dungeon. C tier. No communication is important to me. I myself am not someone who reaches out to others, but there's a level until it really pisses, until it's really off-putting. Yeah, I get it. Like, there is a good balance. Clingy can be the other side of the spectrum, but I feel like, what was it? It was inconsistent I feel like but then again, maybe communication would really fix that whole thing, you know? Unwilling to address or resolve conflicts. Ooh. As much as I know, oh, it is a red flag. But also, as somebody who probably keeps a lot of stuff deep inside until it explodes, am I really a hypocrite? Sometimes I'll just force being happy, and it sometimes I'm gonna have to say, hey, I can't believe I'm not putting in an S, but I could absolutely see me being in a relationship where we both don't bring it up, and either it never gets brought up and dies, or it explodes. I'm gonna go with A. Passive aggressive. Oh. Ooh. Accountability only counts if you change your behavior. That's true. But I would say if you don't change your behavior, you didn't actually take accountability to start with. Because I feel like accountability is changing. If you don't change, then I would even say that's not actually taking accountability. I love Subway. You know what? I kind of love Subway too, but I haven't had it in so long. The price has gone up so much that it hurts me. Lack of accountability, S tier. Yeah, it's rough. I can function by myself. If I had someone controlling me at least, I know I'm in good hands. That is the most bottom thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh boy. I'm sorry, Pie Man. That you might I think you just outed yourself, my brother. You might be a Subway sandwich. This is overall a necessary aspect for any relationship. It's mutual for a reason. Yeah. Most of the stuff can be fixed if you just have communication. Communication is literally the most important thing in the whole wide world, which is kind of why where was the one I put? Oh, this one is probably not great. It probably is a red flag. Passive aggressive is interesting to me because I've also got passive aggressive funny. Like, passive aggressive people can be a piece of shit, but I've also met passive aggressive people who can be funny as fuck. Like, have you ever met a passive aggressive black woman that's really funny? I don't think I could last, but I don't think it would kill right off the rip. I'm going A. It's close to S, though. It's close to S. It's very close. Lack of emotional availability? Yay.
Pie Man a Subway. It makes sense. He's always laying down for the Corbers as a carpet for them to walk over.
Damn, Bubbo, I didn't have to do him that dirty. That's an ass. To me, if there's no emotional availability there, like, I just rather just be friends. Like, there's not really any reason for a relationship. Excessively jealous. Yeah. Jealousy is annoying as fuck. He's saying big corporations there, Pie Man. Excuse me. I should have moved my head. My apologies. The issue is tied to communication, but I do understand a lot of context behind this one. I'd say it's less of a red flag than a communication overall. Agreed. Jealousy is only hot in fiction. 100%. I don't even, actually, I'll say it. I don't even think jealousy is hot in fiction. I find it annoying in fiction. It's S. That's a red flag. If someone's super jealous, it's so obnoxious. Constantly negative. Who the fuck just played a saxophone in my household? Did you guys hear that? Did that pick up on the microphone? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, I'm gonna say S for that one too. Disregards boundaries. Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be an S as well. Yeah, no, that's an S for sure. These are easy S ones. Doesn't have the same music taste whatsoever. Interesting. What do you guys take on the musical taste? Do you need somebody who connects with music? See, I feel like this is only for somebody who's like their hobby and their love and passion is for music. Not a red flag. Who cares? There are some people I know who are like, but that's like, to me, that's less of a, because I feel like for the majority of us, it is D, because it's D for me as well, right? But I feel like that's one of the more things like you need somebody who's in the same hobbies as you. One uppers? That can be kind of hot though. Depends. A strong driven woman that's trying to one up you, unless she's toxic about it, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. I've seen girls who like play video games, they gotta one up you. It does get annoying. But is it a red flag? I think it's going B. I could see that going both ways. I'm gonna have to go B. I have to say I think that's a right down the middle. I just deal with the jealousy. If they control me, then what am I supposed to do? Pie-Man is never beating the bottom allegations, ever. C, as long as they don't blast it, I'm okay with it. That's interesting. That's a valid point. I'm a bit biased on that department. The person needs to at least share some level of investment in terms of music. I could never date someone who dislikes music. Interesting. See, that doesn't bother me at all. I'm very like I listen to my music alone and usually not that loud, so it would not bother me at all. Excessive compliments. It could get annoying, but that would never be a red flag. Like someone just being like, "How great I am." Nah, that's got to be a D. I don't think they're never compliments. Ooh. I don't think it would actually. Ooh. Ooh, I don't know. That's a hard one. I'm leaning toward like B plus A. Cause I know people like this. I'm gonna have to go A. I'm gonna go A. I'm gonna go A. Like, I feel like it just wouldn't. I feel like I would just feel like emotionally bankrupt and just not. I think it would just kind of. So I don't think I would actually see that as a. Oh, but I probably should have put in B. Because, like, would I really think to myself, oh, she never compliments me? You know what I mean? It should have been B. I would never think the thought she never compliments me, though. Ever. I would never think that thought ever. I'm already regretting that decision. I'm already regretting it. I would never have that thought.
B or A for never. What you mean never? At least let me know you appreciate me once a year or something.
Yeah, right. Like something. The never is kind of what pushes it up to an A. I don't really like compliments. Oh, Shinzo's like, jackpot. That's true. Some people do not like it. You look very today. Thanks. I really tried hard to be very. Only compliments physical attributes? Is that really an S to people? I feel like that's got to be a woman thing, right? Because I don't think there's ever a moment where a compliment physically would ever bother me. I'm actually quite surprised. Because, like, if it's a woman, they're talking about tits and ass, right? If a guy just always compliments their tits and ass and that's it, that's going to be like a red flag. But let's be honest with ourselves. For a guy, I can't see there ever being a situation where a woman compliments my body and I go, oh no, I'm angry now. Like, if you compliment a man's penis, it's not the same as complimenting a woman's tits. Literally, the best thing you can do for a guy is compliment his penis. Because they'll go, oh, thank God. Oh, wow, this is great news. I'm going to go D. There's nothing, literally, that's not gonna hurt me ever. Hey there, Pat the Shark. What a great time to come on in. Constantly late. Is that a red flag for me? To me, it's less constantly late, but canceling is worse. As long as they make it, I don't think it would bother me that. I'm going to go C. I think I'm going to go C. Nice cock, bro. Look, I'm glowing now, Sleepy. I'm glowing, especially when you add bro. So that's very important. I'm glad you add the bro, because bro is very important. That is a sign of respect for friendship. Excuse me. That was really gross. B tier also because I don't like compliments that much. I can kind of get compliments don't bother me as much. I do get the awkwardness of a compliment sometimes though. Yeah, I feel like the physical compliments can be tainted a lot more towards a woman than a man. Because I don't think I've ever heard of a man getting upset. Anyways, last minute cancels. Now here we're talking. This is what I'm talking about. This is where I mean constantly late. Last minute cancels? It depends. They equal up. These suckers equal up. Last minute cancels is it? See, here's the thing. How many cancels? I feel like last minute cancels is baseball rules, folks. Baseball rules. 3 strikes, you're out. 3 last minute cancels, the relationship's over. That's, in my opinion, I would even say 2 for the most part. As somebody who's had a shitload of last minute cancels, I'm not even just talking about dating. I'm talking about in general. This is extremely obnoxious. I'm gonna go A because, like I said, but if it is it an S or an A? See, you have commitments? Yeah, but there's certainly a level, Shinzo. Like, you think that, but, like, usually you can tell when people just kind of either pansy out or, like, just don't care. Like, you would get in your own head for sure. Constantly late is my red flag. I'm cursed to always be late on my father's side. See, lateness doesn't bother me at all. I know I have people in my family that absolutely cannot stand being late, but I will always try to be on time, but if I am late, it doesn't bother me. I know a family friend that we tell to come a half an hour early than actual time because we know he'll be late. He ends up an hour late regardless. Genius move, Derpy. Genius move. That's called pro planning, Derpy. That is 100% pro planning. If you're like, if we just say it early, he'll show up. Then you just move it an hour. It's genius. Last minute cancel, I'm going to go A. I'm going to go A. It was a hard one because I feel like it is an S. But rude to service or retail staff. Yeah, S. You don't want to date a Karen, guys. If I don't respect anybody who talks shit to people who are just trying to live their lives and do their job. Like, if the retail's a piece of shit first, fine. But it does not sound like it at all. Like, don't do that. Come on, man. Even if the retail person is a piece of shit first, you at least got to think in your head, that guy's had a bad day, right? Last minute cancels just make me feel relieved most of the time. Oh, I do understand that. I've had that before. But yeah, I know. But I feel like, Sleepy, wouldn't it, like, after a while, like, if you had 3 in a row, you would start going, maybe they don't actually like me. Like, I feel like it would sooner or later creep up the more it goes. It's an A tier is one thing that pisses me off. Yeah, you'll notice it a lot in VR chat.
S. I worked at a supermarket, and we had Karens that made some of the cashiers cry. Let them work their bloody jobs.
I know, I can't say it. I dream to be a manager just so I can tell those women to fuck off if they ever hurt any of the staff. That if I had that power, I would use it. I would wait. I would drool, salivate at the moment that a Karen came in and started fucking with my staff. I would just sit there. I'll be like, yes, come on, bitch, get angry. I've been waiting my whole life to ruin your day. Does not have a single close friend. Red flag? Raise eyebrow, maybe. Nah. See, but that implies that they have friends. They just don't have a close friend. That's got to be a D, right? I see what it's trying to say is like, hold on. They don't have close friends. What's going on? Like, the red flag in this situation is that if they don't have a close friend, that are they burning bridges? Like, it's supposed to be like to make you think, but nah, that's a D. I don't want to do that kind of mind bullshit. That's a D. Brags about how good of a liar they are. What? S. You can't trust anyone who would ever say that. That's a habitual liar. All right, I'm going ass. That's an ass for sure. Goes to the gym every day. D? But what if they're lying about being a good liar? Good God, Ender. Now I think that's called a paradox, my friend. Because a good liar would lie about being a good liar, but then that would mean they're a good liar. But the only way that would be possible is if they believe that they're not a good liar and then lied about saying they're a good liar. But then thus only in their heart they would believe they're a bad liar, but in reality they are a good liar. In that case, you would know because they are bad at lying. I'm going to be honest, most habitual liars are really bad at lying. Like, anytime I've ever been with someone who lies a lot, you're going to figure out in an hour. Like, I've met people who can't stop lying, and you figure it out pretty quick. You can smell it out. Never goes to the gym. I mean, I'd be a hypocrite. D. Has a mental disorder. Ooh. Ryan, would you date a crazy girl? You bet your sweet ass I would. But is that what kind of mental disorder are we talking about here? Because there's literally, the spectrum is too wild. That is like you could literally have someone who is literally insane or have something much less. Ah, boy, this is a D and an S at the same time. So it's got to be a B, right? I'll take any disorder. Anxiety, depression, schizophrenia. I mean, guys, I'm just going to tell you, bipolar is a rough one. Don't forget bipolar. I've seen a lot of people get roughed up with bipolar. Of course, medication is very important in this situation. I absolutely could date a girl with bipolar if she's taking medication, but I've seen bipolar, like, wreck relationships at times. I think it's a safe B. It's too wide of a spectrum. Because, like, anxiety and depression, sure, that wouldn't bother me. Schizophrenia, that'd be a harder one. I brag about how good of a liar I am all the time. Easy T. We know, Rarity. We know. B. I'm going B. It's too wide. A bipolar disorder could also make things very difficult. Exactly. Like I know friends who married, and like it's quite depressing. It's a scary disease, man. Like, to see someone just drastically change like that, and there's nothing you could do. You just gotta just weather the storm. Too broad of a question? Yeah, for sure. We talking autism or learning disability? No, I don't think so. But it could be. That's the problem of it being broad. Yeah, it's too draw. What's neurodivergent mean again? Does anyone remember what that means? I've heard this word and I feel like I should know it, but I'm drawing a blank right here. Oh, autistic and ADHD? That's a D then. Yeah, no, I think it's a D. I don't think it would bother me at all. Like, I feel like sure, there are things where it could cause troubles, but I don't think it would ever come up to me as a red flag. Because once again, just like everything, there's a lot of in between. I'm gonna go D. In all honesty, I don't consider that a red flag. Because I don't want to judge people on stuff like that they can't control. Neurotypical. What's neurotypical mean? What does neurotypical mean? Does that mean not like the other side? Because that'd be really weird to put that one in.
We are just trying to put shit in shelves. Why are you yelling at us for not having your specific item in stock? I literally don't have anything to do with the storage of the store. And
the rage is real.
Authority to change anything in the store.
He's red in his face right in that. Anything in the store. Sorry for the rant. I remember a time an angry old man would scream at me for not having his item. He would kick the shelves as I took him to the customer service and ran as soon as I would laugh, Bobo. If he's kicking stuff like having an old man crash out, I would probably make it worse because it would make me laugh. I'd be like, okay, Grams, calm down. No need to start kicking and destroying things. None of the above. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. The opposite of brain normal to disabilities, regular brain. He was crashing hard. So the opposite, not neurodivergent, but just okay. Yeah, sure. Then D as well. Makes plans for the future without consulting your preference. Is that a red flag? That kind of, it's like a forum. How many more? Oh my lord. Okay. We're going to only do a couple more and then we're going to, I guess, sit and chat. Unless you guys want to continue. Pie Man's going A, B. B, I'm not sure what that means. I like having time to panic, so B. Yeah, I think it's a B as well. I find it more obnoxious and not caring about like just setting people. Yeah, I'm gonna go B. Yeah, I don't think it's an A. It could B to me is the one that absolutely could be an S and could be a D at the same time, depending on small attributes. But longest relationship never lasted more than a month. Ooh, see, to me, this is a real red flag. This is the one that really feels like it's a question mark. See, to me, a lot of times red flags are bits of information that would lead you to believe something, and that's usually where red flags lie. You know what I mean, guys? Longest relationship never lasted a month. Oh. That would absolutely... It wouldn't cause me to break the relationship, but I would never stay comfortable. I would never stay... If I knew that, I would feel like every moment I'm on borrowed time.
So where do I fall into that? I have had no relationship so far.
Then not on this neither. How many times did they date though? Ooh, interesting. Is this implied they dated plenty of times? Let's see. Longest relationship lasted more than... So, seeing it says the longest, that would imply that it's at least more than one. If it was the last relationship was... At least it never lasted more than a month. Yeah, this absolutely implies they had multiple relationships in this case. It's not implied... Because if it said... the last relationship they had lasted a month, it would not be a red flag because then you don't know the information. But if you know every relationship lasted a month, I would feel like I'm on borrowed time. I feel like it would set me to a point where I know she's going to break up with me any second. And even if she never did, I don't think I would ever get out of the headspace if I knew that information. So I'm going to put A, because there's also consideration, but I do believe that's a bit of a red flag for me. Because I feel like it's showing a sign that we're in a relationship and you're someone who jumps a lot, you know? Never satisfied. Mine lasted at most 6 months. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Half a year. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I feel like 2 would be different. I do agree. I think that's why I don't put it in S. Because like 2 people, maybe it didn't work out. 2's not enough. But if you're up to like 6 to 10 in a row, you start going, okay, there's something up there. Did the partner die or did it work? That's a good question. Now we're talking important questions. If they all died, it's an S. And we're still friends. Hell yeah, that's always awesome here. Multiple X's in the same year. That's literally the same one. A again. That's just the same one put in a different way. Never been in a relationship. Nope, that's D, because I also have never been in a relationship. Some people do count that as a red flag. I heard a lot of people doing this because they think, well, what's wrong with you? And I think that's just kind of fucked up. D. Puts a lot of labels on themselves. That is way too broad. That is so fucking broad, don't you think? Oh, by the way, I should mention there is no F. By the way, the D is F. If you're wondering, too broad. Yeah, it's too broad. What labels? There's hundreds of labels. I guess I'm just gonna put it B. B broad. We're going B broad. Constantly brings up exes. That is weird. I've never experienced this, so I don't actually know. But it does make it feel like you never got up with your ex. And if you never truly do, I don't think that relationship will ever work. I think that is an S. Chat, what do you think? Is that an S? How long ago the relationship is important too. Adults dating isn't like school crushes. True. I'm going to go with ass. Yeah. Lacks empathy. I think we can agree ass. Males with only male friends, females with only female friends. Why would that be an ass? I will even say the controversial opinion. I don't mind girls that have guy friends. And they don't have to be gay. Everyone knows I'm good friends with Michelle. She's had plenty of relationships. So, nonetheless, I mean, that's a D. And I feel like it's still a D in the other way around. Males with only female friends and females with only male friends. That's interesting. I didn't think they would say only. I thought we'd do some mixed bag here. I will give it a C. I don't think it would bother me. Yeah, especially if you had only. I feel like that's less. I'm going to go C. Referencing outdated gender roles. Oh no. What does that mean? Also, when I read it like that, I realize I'm hungry because I read gender roles and I absolutely thought the food rolls. Outdated gender roles? Are we really just talking about male and female and not they, them, all that stuff? Boy, oh boy, that is wild how high that is in the S department. Does that really bother people that much? Like, I can understand if you're trans, but anyone outside of trans, I don't see that ever actually bothering anybody. But even trans people kind of just want there to be a certain. That's a weird one to be that high. That's a D, by the way. I don't. That doesn't bother me at all. Referencing outdated gender roles. Oh wait, hold on. Is it implying that I am trans? Am I trans in this scenario? And they keep calling me no, that'd be dead naming. That wouldn't be. That's not correct. You're confused? I guess I am confused. I have no idea what this question is then. Oh, wait, hold on. Outdated gender roles. What if it's like outdated terms? M'lady? Oh no. Is this guy dropping a m'lady? Oh fuck, he's dropping a m'lady. I don't know. If a woman went up to me and said, "M'lady," and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna be honest, ladies. If you drop a m'lady at me, I might cream my pants. Oh, that's very rare. Oh, women belong in the kitchen. referencing outdated gender. I see.
No, I think it means in your case the woman would demand you make all the money as the man of the house and she stays in the kitchen.
I gotcha. Now, if they keep referencing it, it's annoying, all right? Here's the thing. I don't believe people who want to do that necessarily shouldn't be able to do that. But nah, man. Like, if you're constantly being like, you gotta be the man in the house, this, I feel like it would just get obnoxious. And same with a woman. Like, if you want to be a woman that lives in, like, cooks in the house and wants to be a stay-at-home mom and be that role, good for you. There's nothing wrong with wanting that. But once you start, like, constantly bringing it up, I feel like the problem with this topic is people who bring up old roles say that the old roles is better. It should be just like, hey, I prefer this. And then people who agree with that go and find those people and then they date because they both like that certain thing. But the second they start going, and women who disagree are wrong and bad people, that's when it becomes a problem. That's when everything kind of gets very messy. Anyways, I want to be a stay-at-home dad, so this is a bit of a You think hell no. I need a strong woman with loads of money. Okay? I need a hot giant woman with loads of money. I will take care of all of her kids. So God bless America. That's what America's about. Anyways, that was my rant for now. Yeah, no, I get that. I get why it's SNL. I thought it was something completely different. See, that's the thing. It's the should that's the problem. Women should take care of the kids. It should never be should. If a woman wants to, yes. Should never be an attribute. That's literally the problem with the whole thing. You're a fucking adult. Figure out what you want to do, not what you should do. Anyways. That's an S for me. It's straight up sexism. Yeah, for sure. If someone says should, especially if you're a woman in this day and age, it's just weird. Like I said, if you're somebody who wants that and you put that out in the world and a woman who also wants that, sure, go ahead. Have at it. Literally nothing wrong. That's the whole point of like being able to figure this out. Freedom and all that stuff. But don't force things upon it. Don't force your opinions on people. Anyways, you can find their whole life on social media. Oh, wow, that would be real hypocritical if I put anything higher than a C. That's a D for me. That doesn't bother me at all. No drama, please. That's very...
If you want to be a housewife, then be a housewife. But don't demand your wife to be the housewife against her will.
Correct. 100%. And it's literally the problem with the whole thing. Because I've seen it online where people like are pro like housewife and stuff like that. And they really like hype it up. And it's like, you do that. But then you always have to add this is the way things should be. Why? Stop! You idiot! Why do people have to always make it my idea is better than your idea? It's always been the problem with everything. You can have different opinions. You can have different life. You can find people with those things. But once you find people who aren't those people and you start saying that you're wrong for your differing opinion, you're in the wrong once you believe that. if any gender role shows up in my house, I'm leaving. Now, here's an interesting point, Pie Man, though. Wouldn't technically bottom and top be a gender role? Like, if you were in a gay relationship, would you consider bottom or top a gender role? Like, especially if you go by the logic of a bottom and a top. Like, someone who's like the because a lot of people consider the top the head of the household. And the bottom not the head of the household. Because I have seen very much that in gay and lesbian relationships, there are technically gender roles. Not always. Of course, it's not always. But I have noticed that there are guys, like if you see gay relationships, sometimes they do get the manly one and the feminine one. Like I said, not always, but of course, I don't necessarily know if that means that gender roles fit into that. I could be mistaken. But it might be two different animals. All I know is gay guys have figured it out, though. Because, like, for most guys, they always have to be the strong one. Like, a straight bottom. Someone who's a bottom and straight are fucked. You know, you have to pay money to get a Diamond Matrix now. You're fucked. Yeah, it's not happening. You're not going to find a woman. Gay guys, on the other hand, decimated it. They literally perfected it. They're just like, no, we've made a perfect society. We've literally made it perfect. And you're like, God damn it. Fuck. They figured it out. I don't do social media. Fair enough. As you could tell, somebody who's streaming. We saw Ryan's whole childbirth on stream. This is canon. You confuse me. Well, all right, fair enough. I feel like it might have been two different scenarios. Just because there's a more feminine gay and a masculine gay doesn't necessarily mean that the feminine gay is in the same role as a female would be considered in the relationship. But
we have one who left of stream, by the way.
Oh, what? We made it that far? Boys, we did it. This red flag thing was way more interesting of a topic conversation than I thought it would be. Making social media a job is one thing. I'd say it's not really bad, but people who make everything about themselves publicly do. That's a very valid point. That is a true. Enders bring up some valid points here. You are 100% right. The only problem with, though, people who make social media their job and the whole, like, self-confidence thing kind of goes hand in hand. For most people. In my case, it's just I like making people laugh. And I like creating. But a lot of times, those two things are connected. I think it would annoy any gay couple when you ask them who the woman is. Sure. I feel like, though, but to them, do they look at the bottom-top relationship the same way, though? I feel like bottom-top is that whole topic, but just done with different words. I don't know. There is always these kind of questions that I always want to, like, talk to gay people about. Like, purely gay. Because I do find it interesting. I've always found the whole, like... anyways, never mind. I'm not going down the rabbit hole of, like, that, I always, fuck it, I'll say it. I always find it fascinating that there's always masculine lesbians and effeminate gays. Like, I always wonder why that is. That part is always something that truly fascinated me about it. Like, you would think if somebody really was sexually turned on by guys that they would both be really masculine, right? It's, what is it that causes a lesbian to get super masculine and a gay guy to get super feminine? It's something that always, like, I wondered about, and I've never heard anyone truly talk about the reasoning behind this. I don't know if it's just like history, but it's like I've seen someone who's gay and like before they even knew it, you can kind of tell they're how effeminate they are. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something I've always wondered about, and I don't know if there's a scientific reason for it, or if it's a cultural thing, or if it's a cultural thing. I think I just said that already, but anyways, I don't know. Also, no drama, please. Usually means that there's somebody who has drama or is like anytime you bring up something, it's considered drama. It's an A. It's a little broad, but this is essentially saying anytime you bring up anything, they say no drama. Like if it's anything controversial, I'd say it's an A. It's on the brink. Furry. That is a lot of asses. That is a lot of asses to the furries. I feel this is brutal. It's a brutal massacre right there.
Return to the 50s Ryan's show. This is 50s Ryan, and in today's show we are gonna find out about the gays and how they breed, who is top, who is bottom, how do they work it out.
Fuck,
Stay
you're
tuned
right.
to find out.
By the way, listen here. That doesn't bother me at all. If a woman's a furry is into me, that's fine. It doesn't bother me. It's a D. That's not a red flag. I'm not a furry, but I don't believe it would be a problem unless she wants me to get into a fursuit. Even then, I still like if she's hot and I love her, it's still C. It's a D. Yeah, it's a D for me. I can't believe how many S's there were. I generally have no idea why gay men are effeminate. No one bothers to explain it to me. Yeah, it's kind of the unwritten thing that nobody talks about. And it's the fact that it's on both sides. Of course, like I said, it is very important to state that it's not always the case. Because I've seen it where it's not, but it genuinely usually is the case, though. Furries have money. Oh, because they're tech people. Genius, Sleepy. Genius. Suits are expensive. Suits are fucking outrageously expensive. I've seen it. Only hobbies include TV, video games, or computers? Well, these 83 people are my red flag. D. One word replies. Really? That's an S to people. I took it as that's a shy thing though. That's not bad. One word replies? I guess so. Would you really consider that? I mean, I guess it could sometimes like nah, that's a C for me. I don't believe that would ever come up as a red flag. See, yeah, I can maybe it would be annoying having a conversation, but I don't believe it would ever destroy me. Talk shits behind their friend's back. Ooh, gross. S. Don't like anyone who talks behind people's backs. Ooh, good point, Shinzo. Maybe they're bad with money if they're buying suits. That's not really the norm for gay couples. Most simply embrace the masculine more by doing things that aren't considered masculine. I don't know. I kind of got lost at the end there. I would say that some gay men just have more fun experimenting with their gender expression since they don't fall into social norms anyways. Yeah, but it's to me, I feel like it's something subconscious, though.
I just realized that not only am I a furry, but I also have stocks. Minus the suits. I truly am living up the furry has money stereotype.
It's more associated with breaking gender roles than sexual itself. Also, you're not considering the gay couples can also be bi people. That's true. That is true. That I am not including bi people. I will be honest, bi people I don't know much more about. But I'm talking about purely gay and purely lesbian though. I don't know. Because I feel like there's something more than just like experimenting. Because I feel like sometimes before they even come out as gay, they can be effeminate. Like there's something, like it's even like you would think voices wouldn't be a thing either. The higher pitch. I don't know. It could literally just be absolutely nothing. But I've always wondered if there was like a reason for it. But whatever. In the end, it doesn't matter. It's literally just a curiosity thing more for me than need to know or think it's important. Is the victim in every story they tell? Ooh. I don't think it's one that, like, I feel like it would last a little bit. I feel like the relationship would last, but I feel like in the end it would turn to an S. Those aren't friends. Agreed. It looks like they have no interest in talking to you. Yeah, but it also matters the personality. Because, like, if someone's shy and quiet, you know when they're shy and quiet. They act like they're better than everyone else. That one's an easy yes. That's annoying as fuck. Always feels the need to prove themselves. More sad than anything. I think I agree with the B mark on that one. Rude to parents. Depends. Are the parents rude to them? There's a lot of question marks here. It does depend on if the parents are pieces of shit or not. Or if they have a good... A. I'm going to go A. I'm going to go A. I think it's not great. It really is not great. But that also does depend on the dichotomy between the family and the household. Because if the parents are also pieces of shit and rude, then, you know. Can't text in complete sentences. No, I don't give a flying fuck. Attention sponges. B. I'm gonna do 2 more, guys. 2 more after this, and then we're gonna just sit back and well, if they're always the victim, they probably aren't lying. I trust them. I don't know. Now, here's the thing, though. If they're always the victim, just because you believe you're the victim does not mean you are the victim in the situation. That's kind of the problem with the victim card, is that if you say you're the victim and you say it because you feel like you're the victim, does that mean that you didn't affect the other person more and you actually were not the victim at all? Victim card can be absolutely an obnoxious thing. All right. You have to make all the big plans. That doesn't bother me. I'm so fucking used to that. I wish it wasn't the case, but I don't think it would bother me. C. All right, here's the last one, guys. They want to make all the big... Okay, next one. C. Doesn't bother me. Always on their phone. Oh, interesting. Someone who's addicted to their phone. Well, it's on D. I think that would... I think for me, this is a B. I think it would get on my nerves because it says always. It could go both ways. It depends on if you want to hang out, but they can't get off it, right? It's almost like a form of ignoring you. I'm gonna go B. into celebrity gossips on I don't give a shit. All right. Anyways, there. We're done. I could literally keep going. That's the problem. Oh, gosh. Depending on parents. Yeah, that's how I feel too. Because it's like, you could be rude to your family because your family is a piece of shit. Not a red flag, but I admit I can't stand some people who can't ever text sentences properly after enough time. Listen, I fuck up every sentence I say, so I can't say anything. As for me, I think I'm going to take my break now because my throat's hurting and I'm starting to get the coughs more. So I think this is a good place to call it for today. So thank you for joining me, everybody. I hope you guys had fun for what this little stream was. The good plan there, Pie Man. The tier list came in clutch there at the end. See, I feel like tier lists are better when we can have stuff that's fun conversational pieces. I think the red flag one was a good one because then we could actually have conversations about stuff and keep engaging. When sometimes like the hot girl is just like, is she hot? Everyone goes, yes. And no. I'm a fucking G. So many different jokes went through my head and I couldn't choose one, so I'm just gonna nod my head. Red flag was interesting. It was interesting. To me, a lot of stuff can be fixed, but like, yeah. To me, the big one is like if someone's not willing to communicate, it doesn't matter what any one of these mean. Your relationship's gonna fall apart. And somebody, listen, I get it. This was somebody made by somebody who hasn't had a relationship, but I have studied and watched every relationship around my friends and family, and I've seen hundreds of thousands of relationships that haven't worked. So, you know, I try to do it like how you do with studying everything. You go, well, what didn't work over here, or over here, or over here, and then figure it out. Who knows? I'll probably fuck up if I have a relationship too. I'll get a girlfriend and it'll go terribly. Because, you know, shit can be hard. As I said, Mario, Smash, or pass. All right. Quick question before we go. Peach, Daisy, Rosalina. You have to pick one. Which one do you pick? I think in the end, I'm a Daisy guy. Though, I don't know. Ender's going Daisy. Shinza's going Rosalina. Boba's going Rosalina. Rosalina is mystical. She got them mommy vibes. Daisy. Peach is hot, though. But the problem is Peach kind of only has the hotness. Peach is a bit of a Barbie, you know? She's kind of got that one, that's it. But what if their favorite movie is Human Centipede? Is that a red flag? Favorite? Depends. I'm gonna have to ask them why. I would hear them out first, Ender. It is in my head. It's a red flag, but mostly it solely depends on the reason why. Because if not, this girl is gonna want me to eat her ass. Let's call a spade here, Ender. She's gonna want me to eat the ass. Because that's got to be a reason why she likes Human Centipede. I'm not getting my face stitched to a woman's asshole. All right, bye, hobo man. Hope you can shake off the plague soon. Thank you, Derpy. I'm thinking I'm doing better. I took some nose spray my mom gave me, and it cleared my nose up quite a bit. So I'm just got to get this ick out of my chest. Daisy, I guess. Birdo. Hey, listen. I would judge you, Pie Man, but let's be honest with ourselves. Birdo does seem like a suck fiend. You can't judge a Birdo until she sucks the eggs out. You know what I mean? I gotta go. Okay. Thank you. Ooh, Pauline. That's another. Oh, Pauline's a boss ass bitch. Fuck, you got a point here. But the problem is, Pauline's been a baby lately, so I can't really see her as anything but that. She likes it for the plot. Favorite's hard. It's the fact that it's her favorite. Like, if she watched the story of Silent Hill 2 and still said it, it'd be weird.
If I had my pick, I would be stuck between Bowser and Luigi, no pun intended, because Zooey Mama Bowser's bike.
Hey, listen. Hey, I'm sorry. That's fair. There's a lot of ladies in here. Listen, if you want the Bowser or the Gloogies, hey, Luigi's my man. Luigi is the man. I'm surprised you don't know the song, Ryan. I don't. What is the plot of Human Centipede? Mad scientist trying to create some sort of new human race through humans. He's a psycho. And that's it. So really, it would be more the question. Like, in my head, it would always be, oh, fuck, she's got a kink. Like, that's always going to be the thing that puts into my head. If someone says it's her favorite movie of all time, I don't think it would ever. Right. Anyways, okay, I'm going to go now. Okay, goodbye, everyone. Oh, that's right. He was German, wasn't it? Sorry, Sleepy. I'm sorry that your people took another shot. Weird, kinky German doctors. They really are a bad stereotype of your people. Okay, goodbye. Hopefully I will be here tomorrow. Maybe we'll actually play that spooky game. If not, I will see you next week. Thank you. Love you all. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye.